I am so thrilled to be joined by recording artists and father and daughter duet Matt and Savanna Shaw. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. And that's fun to hear you call us recording artists.
We've never been called that before.
We're official.
Music.
This is funny. We're still new to this, Virginia, so it's kind of fun to hear that.
Well, let's go all the way back to the spring. We spoke in March, and I wrote a brief Daily Signal story about you all. As COVID was setting in, you decided to start recording music together. You both have amazing voices, and you sat down at your dining room table, and you started making music. So take us back to the spring. Why did you guys decide, okay, we're going to start recording, we're going to start putting songs on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't really a choice at first. It kind of just happened. I wanted to record a video and post it for some friends I wanted to keep in touch with. And I didn't want to do it by myself. I was too scared. So I had my dad come in and sing it with me. And
well, she did not have social media at all. So this was her starting an Instagram account to share music with her friends. So this was her first experience on social media, and your very first post was
the prayer. Yeah,
the prayer.
Yeah,
that we sang together.
And after that started getting views, we just decided that we liked it, and we like singing together and doing videos, so we just kept on posting, and we've been doing it ever since. It's been really awesome.
Well, it's working out pretty well for you all. That very first video that you posted, the prayer, I think it now has over 8 million views on YouTube. And I mean, it's just been incredible to see how you all have gone from 0 to 60 in just a few months. Was there a certain moment when you began to think, okay, wait a second, I think maybe we should take our music from, just our dining room and using our closet as a recording studio to, I think there might be more here and we should maybe pursue this in a bigger way?
Yeah, I mean, it's come in stages for us, I think, because I remember the first, I sent Savanna a screenshot of my phone when we were at 3,000 views, and my mind was blown. People were sharing the video and they were enjoying it. And so, that now that it's got, quite a lot more views than that, but the reason I think we wanted to take that a little further into an album, 2 albums now, we just got so much positive feedback from people who, during a very difficult time, they seemed to listen to the music and their heavy hearts were lifted. And the feedback we got was really remarkable. It made a big difference in a lot of people's lives. And maybe it was just because, it's a father and a daughter, and it reminds us about our relationships and those we love the most during a time where maybe we're not able to be with them. I think it struck a chord, but we just thought it felt like a heavy responsibility kind of to use our music in a positive way to really help a world that was struggling at the time. And so that's why we wanted to do that, is share hope, spread joy through our music from a simple dad and a daughter. And that's where it kind of led to, is making those albums, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. And it's so powerful. Just like you say, that picture of family doing something together in this season. And so many of us have had the blessing of just being reminded in this season when we are at home of the value of family and the importance of kind of getting back to what really matters. But Matt, you referenced that you have 2 albums out right now. You started with 1 single, Somewhere Out There, then you released another single. You came out with your first album, Picture This, over the fall, and now you've just released a Christmas album. So I want to take a minute to let our audience hear just a clip of your beautiful song, your rendition of the song Hallelujah. So let's take a moment to listen to that song off of your album, Picture This.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
And I could just listen to that all day long. It's absolutely gorgeous. I spent a lot of the weekend listening to your music, specifically your Christmas album. It's a great time for the Christmas album.
Yeah,
So tell me about the response that you received from your first album, Picture This. You all got pretty high on some charts, didn't you?
Yeah,
we did.
that was pretty crazy. To just see our names on a chart, we were like, we still can't really process what that means because it's just so crazy. But yeah, we were what were we doing?
we were hoping to get onto the classical and classical crossover chart for iTunes because you get a little bit more visibility there. And so when we checked that first day, you'll remember we were number 1 on the iTunes classical crossover chart, which we couldn't believe. And then we had a friend text us later they were like, "Oh, it looks like you're number 10 or something on the crossover chart. Congrats." And then, so I looked it up and we weren't even on the chart anymore at all. And so I was like, "Oh, well, we had a fun ride. That was cool while it lasted." But the reason is because somehow iTunes switched us to the pop charts. Oh. And I looked at the pop chart, we were number 1 on the iTunes pop chart. And that one really blew my mind because, we're just like a simple dad and daughter.
It was
from who knows where, Utah.
It was crazy to be up there with Ariana Grande. She just came out with a new single or something, and tons of other really amazing artists.
We made it onto billboards. We were their number 1 emerging artist on the Billboard chart. We didn't know what to expect. And so to see all that and the positive feedback is just incredible. We were selling physical CDs and we weren't even sure people had CD players anymore. But we've sold tens of thousands of physical CDs. And so the response has just been remarkable. And it's encouraging to see that we can make uplifting, inspiring music and have people actually enjoy it,
It's really fun because we package all the CDs at our house. So we physically get to see every CD that goes out and people's names and all the different places they live. And yeah, it's really fun to just connect with people that way.
That is so fun. Yeah, I remember seeing on your Instagram your living room just covered in boxes and packages. It's like a whole family affair to get all those CDs out, which I love.
It was. So we decided to ship it ourselves. And originally my wife, she's like, it'd be cool if we could handwrite their names and addresses on the shipping labels, because we honestly did not expect to sell very many. Yeah. And then when they came in and they were thousands, we sold out. We ordered 10,000 CDs thinking that would take us the year to get through, but we sold out on release day. Wow. And then we were in big trouble because we had to ship all of those from our living room. But the whole family pitched in, and
my brother Easton pulled an all-nighter one night just packaging CDs.
He was a rock star.
Yeah.
But we got him out, and we learned some lessons for the Christmas CD.
Yeah. Yep. Order more. That's great. So what has this experience been like from your family? To go from, just living your lives kind of normally to all of a sudden you're in the limelight. You all have done 2 different interviews on the Kelly Clarkson Show. You've done tons of other interviews on various outlets. How has it affected your family to all of a sudden be getting all of this attention?
Well, my family is all really supportive. If we're gonna do music, we decided that it had to be a family commitment. So we always talk with our family, like our whole family, even down to my 6-year-old sister, just to see like how they feel about things. So it's definitely like we all work together to do this music. It's not just us. Like they're even there at the recording studio and everything. So it's I feel like it's actually brought our family closer because we have a way to kind of serve together, which has been a really cool experience for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, there are some hard times. It's because we are busy. And so, as a father, I don't have as much free time as I did before and just kind of hanging out and playing with the kids. But we try to make, like she said, the things that we're doing, meaningful. And we try to make it a together family affair so everyone can feel involved. And, the kids have earned some spending money. We pay them for packaging envelopes and stuff. So they've had some fun with that. But yeah, I mean, it is still kind of funny. We get recognized, as we go out. And
our family will be like grocery shopping or something and people will want pictures and it's really funny.
But we love it. I think that's so
fun.
cool. And, people are so kind. And honestly, they have been so kind to our entire family.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we feel very humbled and grateful to be in this position. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so healthy. I think the approach that you all have taken to this, and you all did make the decisive decision that you were going to approach recording music in a really unique way and essentially make the fans your recording label. Can you talk a little bit about that decision and why you decided to make the fans your recording label and really to be crowdfunded?
Yeah, so as when we started this, we talked to some other artists and friends of ours, and we've got some really good advice. So when you sign with the label, they kind of control the music, and for a lot of people, it's a great way to go. But for us, we wanted to be so careful about the message and the image and the branding. And my daughter was 15 at the time, and I just wanted to make sure that we could do the things that we wanted to do and that we found was important. We have friends who would try to go sing for a charity, and their label would say, no, you can't do that. And we just never wanted to have to be in that position. And so we have, we call it our Shawfam, it's the shawfam.com. And, our fans can go on there and they can support us and have a say in our music. And it's been so fun. So our fans have helped us decide cover art, which songs we do,
which videos, like we'll record 2 different like kitchen table
versions
videos
or something.
Versions, and they get to decide. It's really helpful to get their opinion.
Yeah, because that's who the music's for. But
yeah,
it's like this really cool focus group that we get of our super fans, and
we're friends with
so
a lot
cool.
of them. Like they're from all around the world, but we are able to message each other, and we do these Q&As every month where we get to talk to each other. So we've actually become pretty close with a lot of them, which has been super cool and really fun.
And we love it.
Yeah, that's so unique. I absolutely love that. I love the approach you all have taken. Matt, I want to ask you, as a dad, how are you sort of navigating, like, okay, how do we kind of balance that, like, okay, we're growing and we're pursuing this awesome thing, but at the same time, like you want to have those boundaries and keep family first and foremost. So how have you been navigating that as a father?
It is a work in progress. I haven't figured it out yet, if I'm being totally honest. And it's just, there was a lot that we didn't know when we started. And so as we're learning, this music world and what it requires, we adjust, and learn as we go. And so balance is really important to us. We haven't figured it out quite yet. I still have my day job. I run a real estate company. And so there are a lot of things going on. But it's something that we're trying to be very intentional about. but we haven't mastered yet. We're still working.
That's a very healthy and honest response.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, certainly a journey and just very uncharted territory that you all have entered into quickly. But from my perspective, you're doing an amazing job, and it's really precious just to watch the two of you as a father and daughter just making this beautiful music together. And you recently had the opportunity to share your music on a big stage in front of a live socially distanced audience, and also in front of many people who were tuning in online. Can you tell me a little bit about how that whole concert experience came to be?
Well, we had two concerts. We had a virtual one that was our own, and then we had one with a couple of other artists at an arena. And both of those were really different, but also really amazing experiences, because I feel like it really helped us grow as people and as performers. Just to perform in front of people and to feed off of that response live is like a completely different experience. And it was so fun. It's so different than sitting at your kitchen table with a camera in front of you, because you're actually singing for real people live. So
yeah, I mean, our first concert was virtual, but it was cool. We had a screen in front of us so we could see comments like live during our concert, and we can kind of interact with the fans that way. But that was so fun to do a whole, hour plus long concert of just our music with, just us and the other musicians on stage. It was terrifying, but so exciting and so fun to do. And it was a total high at the end of that concert.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep till like 2 a.m.
We made it.
But then the arena concert was something else. That was amazing. That was the first time we tried these things that they call in-ears. If you've seen like artists on stage and they have the big things in their ears, it was the first time we tried it. So there was a lot of firsts for that arena show. The in-ears were a different experience. You couldn't hear the audience as well with those in. Okay. But it's still cool because you could see their faces and you could feel their energy, and I loved that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
But we were on the Kelly Clarkson Show backstage like 20 minutes before we walked on stage.
So wild.
It was
big day.
Crazy. Yeah, and Nelly was there, like the rapper.
Wow.
We were getting some last minute advice from them before we went on stage, and that, I mean, it was really fun. Sometimes we just look at each other. We're like, who even are we? So
honestly,
so crazy.
And Savanna, for that concert, you were the only female on stage, correct?
Yeah, I was the only girl on stage, which was so intimidating, if I'm being honest, because I knew that my voice would
carry.
It would carry because it's high, Yeah, so that was definitely really scary.
But you killed it. She did so amazing. Like, you wouldn't know it from watching the concert. Savanna just looked like she belonged. And
thank you.
Just with her confidence, and it was so fun to see. She killed it.
Thank you.
It takes a lot of courage to stand on a stage full of all these male tenor voices and say, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. I was like, they're all just like have these really strong voices, and like, I don't know, I just felt so like kind of small on stage, my voice and everything, but it was fun. It really was.
Yeah, you did an amazing job.
Yeah, so cool. Well, the New York Times just did an awesome write-up about you guys, which was included in their story, 20 albums that put a new spin on the holidays. And they wrote about your recent Christmas album. They say their rendition of Mary Did You Know is poignant and elegantly spacious, almost nervy in its conviction. And I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day has an unlikely echo of extremes more than words. Throughout, Savanna sings with airy sweep and Matt booms like a drill sergeant on Thankful. Father and daughter harmonize into billowy bliss. Wow, that's quite the write-up from the New York Times. So let's take a minute to listen to just a clip of your rendition of Mary Did You Know off of your latest album, Merry Little Christmas.
would one day walk on water. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters?
Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you've delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know?
That song is so absolutely gorgeous. The New York Times, their comments were also, they discussed a little bit just about the innocence of your music, which I'm so glad that they brought that up, because there is just this beautiful, really class to the music that you all select and that you sing together. So how do you all go about choosing the songs that you're going to sing together?
Well, our arranger and piano guy, Steven, who is a wizard. I don't know how he does what he does, but he helps us choose all of the songs. So if he has an idea, he'll kind of brainstorm with it and play with it and just see if it fits. And that's how we did a lot of our songs for the past 2 albums. Some of them
we would get together usually and have like the initial
like
brainstorm session. And to us, it's important that the song really resonates with us. It has a message that we want to convey. And so some of them have a deeper meaning. Some of them are just for fun and just music that we love. And so we'll kind of go through a bunch of those different ideas. And, our goal is to record more songs than we'll put on the album, and we can kind of pick. But so originally our Christmas album was just going to be a little LP or whatever they call it. Yeah, EP, LP. I still don't know what it means. But a shorter album, like 4 songs. But we just loved the songs, and so we made it.
So we went back and did more.
we did all 7 on the Christmas album. But yeah, it's just kind of what resonates with us is kind of how we choose the songs.
Yeah, well, and it definitely seems to resonate with so many others, people all over America, all over the world. And I think part of what people love about your music is the connection that you all just naturally have as a father and daughter. One of my favorite things watching your videos, I don't know if this is intentional or if you all just naturally do this, but when you turn and smile at one another, it's like the sweetest thing. Like, oh, it's just so precious to see the 2 of you making music together. So how has this process affected your relationship as father and daughter?
I mean, it's been good for us. We definitely spend a whole lot more time together than we did before.
I feel like we've learned a lot more about each other, and I feel like we've been able to gain a better friendship and relationship, I think. Yeah, we do have some disagreements because both of us have like opinions on the music because we both care so much. But I think it's been.
But I'm usually right.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But we do. This is what I love though, because Savanna is, we're headed into this industry where people, if you're not careful, will try to mold you into the image that they want. And so I love that Savanna has a voice and opinion, and I love that we can butt heads on that sometimes. And she can argue her point and why she feels that way, and then I can tell her why I'm right.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's gotten us closer because we both feel more comfortable sharing how we feel and like our opinions. Mm-hmm. So I think it's definitely been a good thing in the end.
Yeah, no, that's so beautiful. It's so good just to see that working process now essentially in a way as colleagues, like you're having to figure out, okay, we're making this thing together. How do we make it something that we're both really proud of and really excited to to share with the fans?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been fun. We're business partners.
So what is next for you all? You've released 2 singles, released 2 albums. What's next for 2021?
We hope to release a couple more albums. So we want to do like 1 normal or 2. We don't really know yet. And then we would love to do more Christmas music. So we're just kind of taking it as we go. But
we'd love to do shows. Like hopefully
yeah, we
that
want to
can
do shows.
You know, hopefully 2021 looks a little different than 2020, because connecting with our fans, you know, in person would be really special for us to be able to go out and sing for our fans where they are.
We'd love to travel a little bit and meet some people from around the world. That would be really cool.
Yeah, but if that can't happen or doesn't happen, we just love, I think my favorite part of all this is just in the creating of the music. That is so
it is really
fun.
Magical.
Like when we get a song and we start working with it and we're working our parts, and to go into the studio, which, you know, we had never been in a real studio before we started any of this, and the process is so fun. And then, you know, it's a lot of work, but you get it back and you can hear the end result, and it's just magical. It's just and I love the music creation process. And so we're just excited to make some more music next year. And we you know, it's kind of the way the world is right now, is we'll just take it as it comes. But we'd love to put out some more music albums and hopefully performances.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to look out for those. And so our audience, I know they can find your music on YouTube, Spotify, they can order your albums, but tell us, like, how can we follow you on social media? And then if we want to be a part of actually supporting your music, how can we do that?
Yeah, so on social media, if you just look for Matt and Savanna, now we've made it really difficult because my name is spelled with 1 T. And so I was never able to buy a souvenir as a kid with my name on it. And so I said, Savanna, it's only fair that we spell Savanna without an H at the end. And so it's Matt and Savanna, Matt with 1 T, Savanna with no H, on all the social media platforms, right? I think we're on all of them.
I think so. And then there's mattandsavannahmusic.com, and you can go there to get all the music, order a CD, whatever you want. And then what is the
Shop Fam? Shopfam.com. So you could, yeah. So you can go there and look into how you can support our music and actually take part in the process of making music with us. And that's fun. We do a lot of behind the scenes and live question and answer chats that we do monthly, just to check in with everybody and let them know what's happening and what's coming up. And so it's fun. Yeah, the shawfam.com.
Awesome. Guys, thank you both so much. Just enjoy having you on the show. And I'm so excited just to keep following you all, following your music and your work, and hopefully have you back on again soon with new updates. So thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, thank you. And we would love it anytime. You just let us know.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss new content from the Daily Signal.